people are helping to heal each other, to people can help. And the music and medicine and poetry and art, sculpting, film, novels, I think they are the environment that people, good people who care about other people. You see, sometimes people think you care about people when you write songs that are popular. I care about my audience. That's why I write this kind of music. No. I say that the top going for the fame and money and saying that you care about people, that is a big closet that some people takes a lot of courage to get out of. There's more than one kind of closet. And sometimes the big arena where you have big shows in it, that's a closet. There's another closet where the people on stage say, I'm getting out of here and I'm gonna put it in myself.
So what is the role of the music? What was the reason you are writing the music? Is this a special tune for tomorrow? What you would like to make with this?
Actually, when you hear us, and she comes and sings together, this is a moment of even though the orchestra is starting learning, it's celebrating. It's celebrating, and you don't have to be told, let's celebrate. It's like taking something that's so good, and not being told that it's good. We don't know. So that we actually see more of what is wise, and we see more of ourselves, the indestructible, something called indestructible happiness. Not just happiness of fun, but indestructible happiness.
That's the one within.
Yeah, that's and that's when you make your own choices. You hear what you hear tomorrow, and it's different. The individuals in an audience, not here, but other places, when we play what we play, the individuals have to make up how they feel about do you see Ruby Sparks? Elia Kazan, his great grandniece, Ruby, her name is
Somewhere
Chloe.
around Ghosty Jazz, I remember.
Yeah. She wrote a movie called Ruby Sparks. She's Elia Kazan's great grandniece. And it's a different kind of movie. I know he was a great director on the waterfront, Streetcar Named Desire. Ethan Hawke, he is the great grandnephew of Tennessee Williams. So the movie about 12 years about the boy in 12 years. So I'm watching Ethan Hawke. So you start to when I grew up, I went to a theater and I saw Charlie Parker. Then I started looking for people. I was like, other people, not because they played music, but other people who read Dune, people who read books that most people don't read. As I grow, and I said, wow, it's hard to find. It's easy to join a group and be a follower than be alone, and take your time. And that's how we found each other, Danilo. And that's how Miles Davis. So, and then all of the people in this band, I don't see anybody but sad faces in Poland.
We are lucky to talk to you.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
how do you feel in Poland? How do you feel us, Poles?
When I grew up, around the corner from me, I was maybe 8 years old. And the first friend I met, even 8, 7 years old, his name was John. He and his mother and wife and sister from Poland, and we were playing on the ground. We stayed close to the ground, and the mothers would call, "Come out! It's time to eat." No, they like the ground. They like the ground.
That's when Gaia started.
And he was from Poland. His name was John something. When I was like this, and as I met some, we have more friends in the United States. A beautiful friend. Her name is Anolka, and she's in philosophy and all that. Not just Buddhism, but some other people. But I noticed when I was in Poland one time, at a telephone call, my daughter died.
Yeah, I remember the concert.
Teraz finish.
And this is the place where
Zużywasz cały czas.
I saw a lot of compassion. The promoters were women. The tour manager. So,
It is you who invented the name Weather Report.
together, Joe Albano and I together, we, I think maybe he said, what is it? But we together, we were in Clive Davis's office. Clive Davis.
Yeah.
It's a,
And Arista.
Yes, but
Yeah.
in a way you still play Weather Report. The changes, the weather changes, your mind changes, the music changes every day. In a way, it's all the time Weather Report.
yeah, and whatever words you want to, and it's not just jazz. It's not just. Human beings are the only entities who name things.
Is this why your concerts make me feel like a part of everything and everything is limitless? Because as your spectator, as your audience, I have sometimes feeling that only during your live acts that I'm closer to getting to understand the 0-point energy.
Oh, you're starting to,
It happens only at your concerts.
yeah. You getting that feeling sometimes? Okay,
That was the purpose. That was the point.
yes. It's like open-ended, and like the question. Here's the question: how did everything begin? And I say, there's no such thing as a beginning. Well, what is there?
It is fun.
Potential. What is potential?
Tension? Tension? Maybe tension?
Potential?
Tension.
Oh no, potential.
Yeah.
Like the little boy, he does not do well in class, and I'm not going to step on anybody's belief, but one teacher might say, why don't you use the brains that your creator gave you? Now take that and bring that homework. But the other teacher will say, well, why don't you, that's teacher A, and teacher B says, why don't you study harder and try to use your potential? You have great potential. And I said, how does a teacher know that? But the teacher has been involved with the word potential. And also I see that potential in astrophysics and the scientists on the key. And we were invited to Stanford University to be with the astrophysicists who are explaining to us about the accelerator in CERN, Switzerland. And they were saying, they want to improvise in mathematical formulas like we do in poetry, music, painting.
Again, that's
Yes.
where 0 point energy comes from.
Well, there's a lady there. Her whole project is dark matter. She's Professor Risa something. And her husband goes to the Amazon. My wife has gone to the Amazon with her husband and Herbie Hancock's wife. They went, and the daughter, she's one of the DuPont family, Sarah DuPont. Mm-hmm. You might see her movie was a film, a documentary. They're starting with the Amazon. So we have work to do. A lot of work to do. And a family is a lot of work. Marriage takes a lot of work too. But the work should be like whistle while you work. It should be joyous. I use the word work because we just limited to that, but indestructible happiness. You know when we're, it's sad when you don't know when we're wrong, on the wrong track, on the road most taken, in the path most taken. So this is, when I speak with Miles Davis, when I talked a little bit like this, Miles would say, "Know that what you're talking about?" And he said, "Play it. Write it down."
Were you ever tempted to take the main path, as everybody does? Were you ever afraid to take your own?
Afraid?
Yeah.
No.